Well, what are some of the other things that you're seeing that really impact, let's just say, the typical regional grocery chain? What are they having to deal with?
Well, there's a lot of competition in the market. You have the big players like Walmart, who represents 15% of the grocery sales in the country now,
Right.
and over half of their sales come from grocery. So they're a very big player. They're very efficient, and when they enter a market, they drive down pricing and steal customers away from existing retailers.
So let's just take as an example, if traditionally as a retailer in grocery, I bought ahead, I wrote my product up, I didn't pass through that discount that the manufacturer is now giving as an incentive to be competitive. But today, when I go to the grocery store, every grocery store you go to, you've got to have your membership number and to get their discount pricing. And
Sure.
as a former controller of Frito-Lay, I was always a little frustrated when I would see that pricing, because the grocery stores are acting like they're giving you a deal when in fact the manufacturer gave it to you. But that's got competitive implications. So what does it mean for someone who is used to writing up their inventory, getting their margins, and not necessarily having to be competitive on a product by product basis?
Yeah, no,
That's really
absolutely.
what I was
They
getting
can't
at.
maintain that profit internally anymore through that advertising
Right.
promotion. They've got to pass that on
And
to stay competitive.
they've got to know how to be competitive in that market as a retailer, not just be a grocery store that's got everything somebody wants,
Right.
and try to make money by however they have traditionally made money.
Well, you're also seeing other competitors in the market that are putting that kind of downward pressure on them.
Right.
You've got a couple major players that have been very disruptive in Europe
Right.
that are starting to make a real headway in the United States. Aldi has about 1,500 locations, and they just announced plans to expand another 900 stores and become one of the top 3 grocery stores by store count
Right.
in the country. And you have Lidl just announcing that they're coming into the market as well. These are very small formats that allow customers to get in very quickly. They're very private label focused, which some of the younger generations seem to be more open to. I mean, typically at a much lower price. And they're really starting to see good penetration in the market as well, which is putting, again, more pressure on that regional
Right.
chain that doesn't have the efficiencies.
Seems like that has an implication on the suppliers too, not just the retailer.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's these suppliers who were seeing their branded product, which generated higher margins, but had also higher costs as well because
Right.
they had to market those branded products. They're seeing their shift to private label, where they're not making the kind of margins that they used to or they were used to, and their sales are starting to decline as well. So there's consolidation on the grocery store side of things, and people trying to get more scale and drive
Right.
costs and have leverage over the vendors are doing the same thing to maintain their leverage. So you've seen combinations with Kraft and Heinz, for example, and the two of them, that combined company tried to go after Unilever earlier this year. Mondelez was looking at Hershey. So as a sort of a competitive force on the supplier side, they're trying to combine as well to maintain their strength.